Hello and welcome! It's time to discuss one of the most overhyped films of this decade alone. Frozen. Frozen was released in 2013, so this year it is turning 5 years old. And there is still so much hype around it, and it has caused so many spin-offs in between waiting for the second sequel to happen, as well as the takeover of the theme parks and the channels and just everywhere. There was a time that you could not go anywhere without hearing Let It Go. It was even playing in the malls. My question is this still a good film with the hype? Does it deserve the hype? Overall, it is a fantastic film. It really holds up. It has an excellent plot. It has a great story. The writing is fantastic. There's a lot of really good jokes, and the character development is wonderful for the most part. I adore Olaf. He is the best thing about this film, and Josh Gad is wonderful, and I love that human being so much, and I will support him in everything that he does.
And you are...
An interesting thing too is that this cast is mainly consistent of a lot of Broadway stars, so you know the talent is there. We have Josh Gad, we have Jonathan Groff, who was just in Hamilton as well, and he was in Spring Awakening beforehand. We've got Idina Menzel from Rent Legacy, from Wicked Legacy. Christian Bale has a theater background as well, so you just have the perfect cast, and you know that they're going to deliver, and they do deliver. They really do. When it comes to music, it is interesting because of instead of the legendary Alan Menken, who has done all the classic Disney films, instead we have Robert Lopez, who wrote Avenue Q and brought you songs like
If You Were Gay, That'd Be Okay,
and
Everyone's a little bit racist sometimes.
And that is my all-time favorite fact that I cannot stop sharing, that this is the same creator that did this wonderful, fantastic show. It's my favorite. This was my high school experience, Avenue Q. It really was. This is what I listened to in high school, because I'm cool. But that's my favorite thing ever, and I love comparing this.
It sucks to be me.
No, it sucks to be me.
It sucks to be me. Is there anybody here it doesn't suck to be?
It sucks to be me.
To Frozen, a family-friendly picture. He also did some songs for the Pooh movie before, so he has dabbled in Disney history, but now he is a very high Disney composer. He has earned that right and is able to do both Broadway. And it's interesting too because Josh Gad, he did the Book of Mormon, a really raunchy Broadway musical, and it was from the creators of South Park that did it. So it's interesting to see where people came from before and how many projects they have done previously for this family-friendly picture. I like seeing that though, I really do, because it shows a good balance that they can do both children's media and adult entertainment and be able to be fantastic actors, because Rent, in the same way with Idina Menzel, is not family-friendly. Even though, again, that was also my high school love. I was obsessed with Rent and Avenue Q. And Spring Awakening, which also was Jonathan Groff. So a lot of the people that I was obsessed with back in high school, my Broadway roots, are now in this movie. The thing that's interesting too with this film is the fact that they have a different type of villain. That Hans is the villain, but he really isn't the villain. He's there and he's the one that is the climax villain and leaves Anna to die. However, he's very weak in comparison. He really doesn't have that much character development, and again they try to do the twist where he's the good guy, and then oh no, he's not the good guy, he's the bad guy. But honestly, I feel like the parents are the true villains. They did not help Elsa at all. They concealed her powers and they made it worse, and they were manipulative, and even though they didn't mean to do it, they were very manipulative in that sense and abusive mentally, and I feel like they are the true villains. And that happens sometimes. People are villains, they don't even know they're villains. They think they're doing the right thing, but they're not. I would love to see more of Hans in the second Frozen. I'm really interested in his character and his character arc, and seeing, because he also grew up and he was right in the family, so obviously he has a lot of backstory there that is yet to be discovered, and I'm interested in seeing why he's the way he is. And he is one of the more likable villains in that sense, where he's not really a villain but he is a villain, and it's kind of the in-between mark where he's a villain only because of the fact of how he grew up and his actions. Like, he didn't go purposely being like, I'm gonna be bad, like some people have done. It is an excellent film, it's just not worth the hype. I enjoyed watching it. I don't want to watch it again right away like some people have, and the music is fantastic and it is enjoyable, but again, it's nothing special. It's nothing that great compared to what Disney has given us in the past. I feel like there are much better musicals and much better stories that you can rewatch over and over again, and I'm not sure why this took such a hit, because it didn't start off as a hit. It was a flop initially. It was a slow, gradual love for it. When I was in the theaters, it did take some time, and I saw it before in December, and it was released in November, and tickets weren't fully sold out, and I know they had all the merchandise in the store and they thought it was going to be a flop, and then it changed, and then everyone was obsessed with it, and it took over Hollywood Studios and it took over Epcot, and I'm still a little bit sad about Maelstrom, but that's a whole other issue that I'm trying to not rant about the parks in any of these episodes. But it's really a good film, but it's not worth the hype in my opinion. It just should be enjoyed and not obsessed over like some other films. But I digress. So that's Frozen. It's still here, it's still relevant 5 years later, and we're gonna get a sequel soon, so the hype is gonna start back up again. We're not gonna get away from it for a decade at least. So you might as well enjoy it while you can. That's it for our Disney princess films. We still have some of the month left though, so we're gonna jump into some live action Disney chick flicks. So tomorrow we're gonna talk about The Princess Diaries, because that still is a princess film. Yeah. And as always, I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you real soon.